Conor Bradley in the team today in place of the injured Trent Alexander-Arnold. We've seen a few cameos off the bench in cup competitions for him, but today is the day where he makes his bow in the Premier League. Plenty of experience alongside him, of course, in Virgil van Dijk and Alisson, but it'll be interesting to see how he matches up. Bournemouth do well to win it back in midfield. Ryan Christie with an important intervention in the centre circle, just looking to calm things down for Bournemouth. Moves it quickly into the feet of Luis Sinisterra, but he's tracked by Joe Gomez. Eventually concedes possession. A little positive burst there from Sinisterra as he tries to get the better of Gomez. Been an important player for Bournemouth in recent weeks. 2 Premier League goals so far this season, and with those absentees, Antoine Semenyo in particular away on AFCON duty, he'll be an important figure. Bournemouth win it back again now. That's nice play fed in the middle to Justin Kluivert. Tries an attempt, is blocked, and that'll be behind for a corner to Bournemouth. Really good stuff from the home team in the opening few moments here, just making sure that Liverpool are not able to get to grips to things too much. It'll be Marcus Tavernier who takes the corner. That is punched away by Alisson. Commanding goalkeeping there from the Brazilian international. And now Liverpool just settling into a positive pattern of play here. They know they need to get on the ball and make sure Bournemouth don't dictate terms to them here. That's eventually just given away in midfield again by Liverpool. And again, nice stuff in midfield there from Harvey Elliott this time. Just turns away from Lewis Cook, shows him a clean pair of heels. Can he find a ball forward? No. Good tracking back there from Lewis Cook to just block off Elliott. But Liverpool win it back. Sensible from Curtis Jones. Just plays it backwards to his own defence to try and get Virgil van Dijk on the ball. That's played neatly forward up in the direction of Darwin Núñez, but it's good hassling from Bournemouth to win it back. Not Liverpool, quickly back on it again. Alexis McAllister this time opts for the sensible ball, sweeps it all the way back to Alisson in the Liverpool goal. Such a steadying influence in this Liverpool team, Alisson. He's been ever present for them between the posts. 6 clean sheets so far in the Premier League this season. Only England international Jordan Pickford with more. And here come Liverpool, bursting down the left. Now it's Jones as well to keep that alive inside the box. Feeds it on to Jota. Good bit of defending there by Chris Mepham inside his own penalty box to prevent Jota from bursting onto that, but Liverpool will come again. Switch from left to right, aimed towards Luis Diaz, but it was just a bit too much on the pass from Joe Gomez. Yet to see too much from Dominic Solanke in this opening 5 minutes here at the Vitality Stadium. As I mentioned, he's been in sensational form so far this season, and 5 Premier League goals in his last 4 games, and even Jurgen Klopp's been lavishing him with praise, claiming that it just wasn't quite right for him, the timing during his spell at Anfield, and 2019 move to Bournemouth is now beginning to bear fruit. Here is Solanke, just gets away from Kanate, tries to break in behind. He'll find Sinisterra. Harvey Elliott gets back. There'll be a corner to Bournemouth. Again, Sinisterra causing problems for the Liverpool back line. Harvey Elliott tracking back, doing his defensive duties there in front of young Conor Bradley. This will be another set piece for Liverpool to deal with. Plenty of height in this Cherries team as they look to make a mark here. Not just Solanke, Justin Kluivert, Marcus Tavernier, Chris Mepham, all capable. This is going to be Tavernier. Tries to fizz that one back across goal, saved by Alisson, and that'll be another corner. Tavernier got himself involved in the second phase from that corner. It was played short to the near post and he burst onto the layoff from Ryan Christie. It was just fizzed across goal. Alisson not taking any chances, punches behind. Corner to Bournemouth. It's whipped in deep this time. It's a good header from Konate, but Bournemouth keep it alive on the far side. Tavernier looks to loft that one in, but it'll be a easy catch for Alisson, and he immediately hammers that one downfield looking for Diaz. Essentially Nunez, but it's defended by Christie. Great ground cover in there from the Scotland international. Got from box to box to make sure that Nunez didn't get away and get a strike at goal against Neto. Bournemouth do well to play through the press there as Nunez and Diaz look to close them down, but it's a throw into Bournemouth over on the far right hand side for the home team. We've just been shown a replay of that lung busting run from Ryan Christie to get back and frustrate Darwin Nunez. Did brilliantly to just make sure he was in the right place at the right time. The throw in from Bournemouth given away. Liverpool again direct into the box, but Mepham is there. Max Aarons will help out and clear downfield, aiming for Solanke. Two names there drafted into the Bournemouth starting lineup because of those injuries and absences. Max Aarons and Chris Mepham, first Premier League start today since November. And James Hill, who has only been back at the club for a few days, is part of a patched up Cherries backline. Hill spending the first half of the campaign on loan at Blackburn, and Doni Iraola opting to recall him to plug a few gaps in the first few weeks of 2024. Here's Lewis Cook, does well to just dip away from the press from Curtis Jones, finds Mepham. Now Zabriani onto Luis Sinistera on the halfway. That was well done by Conor Bradley, just snapping into Sinistera there on the Bournemouth left hand side, but Neto looks to go long again, aiming for Tavernier, but Konate gets in there and Alexis McAllister will help out. McAllister eventually brings it clear for Liverpool. Bradley goes back to Alisson. Alisson just telling the white shirts of Liverpool in front of him to calm down a little. No need to rush. And they have enjoyed what Jurgen Klopp has described as a refreshing winter break. Just 10 days without action for Liverpool, 15 for Bournemouth. Their participation in the Carabao Cup semi-final, meaning that it was a shorter window for rest and relaxation for Klopp's players, but those are the demands when you're fighting across four fronts. And the all-important second leg against Fulham is on the horizon in midweek. Liverpool with the 2-1 advantage from the first leg, and they could potentially be 90 minutes away from a Wembley final. Chelsea needing to fight back against Middlesbrough in the other last four tie. Championship side beating them 1-0 at the Riverside. The return leg at Stamford Bridge should be a cracker. Now here's Nunez just drifting over to the Liverpool left to try and get himself involved. Comes in field to Alexis McAllister. He does the switch across to Bradley. That bounces kindly for the Liverpool number 64. Number 64, of course, in place today for number 66. Trent Alexander-Arnold out of action with a knee problem. 84, I should say. That was my poor numbers work. 84 in for 66. Liverpool right back bingo, you might call it. There's good pressure from Diaz on Mepham inside his own box, but was calmly done by the Welsh international. Just eases that one across the Bournemouth 6-yard line, and the Cherries get away here now down the right. Justin Kluivert tried to spring Solanke in behind. The hand up in appreciation there from the Bournemouth striker. Realised what Kluivert was trying to do, timed his run, he was onside. But Ibrahima Konate got his body in position, blocked off Solanke. Bournemouth win a throw in here on the left hand side, bang on the halfway line. Alisson's goal kick flying straight out of play. Plenty of action in the opening 12 minutes here on Flash Score UK, but no real chances as yet. Liverpool looking to extend their lead at the top of the Premier League table over Manchester City. If it stays as it is, they will have a 3-point advantage, but if they can secure a win here on the South Coast, that will be increased to 5, with Manchester City not in action this weekend. Here's Sinistera looking to go one-on-one with Bradley, gets past him, but it's out of play. Just quick step over there from Luis Sinistera, burst past Conor Bradley. Colombian international just ran out of road slightly as he aimed to whip that one across the 6-yard box for Solanke. Of course, this game is not just a audition to fill in for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Conor Bradley could potentially be used on a more regular basis if Alexander-Arnold is moved into midfield in the second half of the campaign, something that Jurgen Klopp is considering. Here comes Diaz, does well to step inside and get away from Tavernier, but he's forced to play that one back to Konate, and Konate's pass forward just a bit too much on it for Harvey Elliott. Both sets of players potentially trying to force the issue a bit too much in the opening stages here. We've seen plenty of overhit passes into the respective attacking lines. Darwin Núñez and Dominic Solanke not really able to get themselves in a position to have a crack at goal. It's nicely done from Harvey Elliott. Finds Bradley, but Sinistera is there to win the second ball. That's Solanke. Christie. Diogo Jota took one in the face there as he raced back into the centre circle to put some pressure on. Just bobbles and bounces its way back to Neto. There's Mepham. Feeds it into the feet of Sinistera. Lewis Cook. There's Hill with a dangerous ball played across. And eventually hoofed out of play by Chris Mepham. Liverpool have a throw here midway inside the Bournemouth half. Conor Bradley just assessing his options. Was in field to McAllister, who looked to make some ground down the right hand side, but he's blocked off by Hill. That's Sinistera. He gives it away to Jota, but it's eventually hammered away downfield by Bournemouth. Konate will get on to that one. 10th Premier League start of the season for the French international Konate. Obviously Joel Matip will not feature again until next season, so it'll be Konate and Van Dijk as first choice for Klopp for the remainder. Joe Gomez, of course, filling in at left back, and he's been pretty solid of late. 4 successive wins in his rehashed position. Those injuries have been damaging to Liverpool, but they've more than coped. Top of the Premier League table, still in contention in both domestic cups and through to the Europa League last 16. So Liverpool fans wouldn't call it a blessing in disguise, but there's no need to panic. That's a nice ball swirled out to the left hand side to Núñez. He's swapped roles with Diogo Jota in the last few minutes, with Jota popping up in the centre, but it's eventually fed backwards to Gomez. Liverpool not able to find a forward pass in that little passage of play, but Konate will fire that one down the Liverpool right to Elliott. Tries the little cute ball around the corner to Luis Diaz inside the box, but it's dealt with by Bournemouth. Sinistera will just protect it and try to play for the throw in there, Sinistera, but he's bested by his Colombian international teammate Luis Diaz. And Bradley looking to burst in from right back to get away from Sinisterra. He does well to find Alexis McAllister. He'll go forward onto Darwin Núñez, battling away there with Chris Mepham, and the Bournemouth man eventually comes out on top, but Harvey Elliott will win it back down the Liverpool right. Thought about the first time cross, steers it over to Joe Gomez. He'll aim that one in towards Jota. Bounces out of play. There is a bit of a skid on the surface here at the Vitality Stadium. It was a few light showers before kick-off, and that maybe is playing a role in some of these misplaced passes. Really important piece of defending there by combination of Mepham and Zabrani to block off Darwin Núñez. Neto goes long with the goal kick, but Konate is there and Bradley will clear. Elliott heads on. Picked up by Christie in the centre of the Bournemouth midfield, but he's pressed by Curtis Jones, and Tavernier will look to battle away over that right hand side, does well to get the better of Jones and Gomez. Just a switch in field. It's helped on to Sinisterra into Solanke, but he's guarded by Virgil van Dijk on the penalty spot. Just a heavy first touch there from Solanke. Tried to open up his body and get away from Van Dijk, but Liverpool captain gets his positioning spot on. A promising counter-attack there from Bournemouth. Tavernier, Sinisterra switching from right to left. There always seemed to be an inevitability that Solanke was the target. And here come Liverpool now down their left-hand side. Darwin Núñez looks to skip away from Aarons, but Aarons sticks with him. Núñez battling away over by the corner flag. He's trying to win something from Aarons, and he'll get the throw in. As Joe Gomez will stride forward from left back to take for Liverpool. I think Núñez will be the target inside the box for this one if Gomez looks to hurl one. Mepham and Zabrani are in close attendance on the Uruguayan, but it's Lewis Cook that gets there first for Bournemouth. Cleared only as far as Virgil van Dijk, just inside the Bournemouth half. Oh, here's McAllister. There's a bit of room for him to stretch his legs into here. McAllister will have a go. Wide of the post from the Argentinian international. Fancied his chances from distance there. The World Cup winner. He's only managed one Premier League goal so far this season, and it was a spectacular one. Not quite the same result this time round. 20 minutes played here at the Vitality Stadium. Premier League leaders Liverpool 0, 12th place Bournemouth 0. Just as Neto gets us back underway, quick reminder on the early Premier League game this afternoon. Sheffield United 2, West Ham 2. A thriller at Bramall Lane. 2 players sent off in added time. Ryan Brewster and Vladimir Soufal given their marching orders. But the final say was for Ollie McBurney. A 113th minute penalty. The latest recorded Premier League goal, giving the Blades a share of the spoils. That keeps them rock bottom, unfortunately. David Moyes' West Ham stay in 6th. Here come Liverpool again. Konate just decided against driving forward as he was closed down. That Bournemouth front three in behind Solanke, happy to mix it up and change positions. Tavernier, Kluivert and Sinisterra. Konate gets away with one there as he does want to step out of defence, just chopped inside Justin Kluivert. Manages to just about keep possession. Here's Núñez. He'll switch that across to the right to Bradley. Now Harvey Elliott. Nice turn to get away from Cook, but it's Sinisterra who gets the foot in, and last touch comes off the Liverpool number 19. Throw in to Bournemouth. certainly so far so good for Andoni Iraola's hosts, restricting the Premier League leaders to pot shots and half chances. They will have a free kick here. Liverpool dead centre, 25 yards from goal. Diogo Jota got the wrong side of Chris Mepham and he was grappled to the ground by the Wales international. And this will be a chance for Jurgen Klopp's team. It is in shooting range if Harvey Elliott fancies his chances. Obviously no Trent Alexander-Arnold for the visitors. Alexis McAllister's also on the scene. Could be him who delivers this one. Liverpool brought Konate and Van Dijk forward. Nunez is in there as well. It could be a more profitable situation to go for the cross. I think that's what McAllister is going to do. Just lofts it into the left side of the box. It's all the way through for a goal kick. Konate was the target, but it was poor effort in the end from McAllister. First little sighting of Jurgen Klopp this afternoon, out in his technical area, just keeping an eye on proceedings here. He does have a pretty impressive record against Bournemouth as Liverpool manager. Bournemouth won 1-0 here at home in the Premier League last season, but that came on the back of 3 straight losses and an aggregate score of 11-0 for Klopp's Liverpool. And they've beaten them twice already this season. 3-1 at Anfield in the Premier League back in August, and then a 2-1 victory here on the South Coast in the Carabao Cup. Darwin Nunez the hero for Klopp that day, and here is Nunez. Liverpool happy to go with the direct ball over to that left hand side to him, but he's challenged by Marcus Tavernier. Max Aarons will step in, look to protect that, and wins the free kick. Joe Gomez just a bit too keen to win back possession there on the edge of the Bournemouth box. Referee just asking for that one to be retaken. Bournemouth a bit too quick off the mark there. Andy Madley asking for another attempt, and it'll be Neto now who'll go long up towards Solanke. Challenges Gomez. Gomez wins the first header. Curtis Jones looking to just hang on to the ball for a second for Liverpool. Eventually loses out. Mepham will take charge back to Neto. Alexis McAllister there, very busy in midfield, does well to win it off Christie. Now there's a chance for Liverpool. They've got men over here as it's driven goalwards by Nunez. Was on target. Easy take for Neto in the end. He maybe rushed that one just a little bit, the Liverpool number 9. But it'll certainly go down as the closest we've seen from Jurgen Klopp's team in this opening 25 minutes. Here's Van Dijk. He'll look to again drive that one downfield towards Luis Diaz, and needed a bit of evasive action in the end from Hill. A miscommunication between himself and Neto, and the pass itself to Luis Diaz wasn't a great one, but neither Hill nor Neto took charge, and it will be a corner to Liverpool. Hill just saying to his goalkeeper that he didn't get the shout there. Quick apology. Back in line for the corner. Harvey Elliott will take for Liverpool. Left footed from the right hand side. Wants to curl it into the penalty spot, but it's headed up by Zabrani. Liverpool do keep hold of the ball here. Gomez goes back out to Elliott. Just couldn't bring that under control first time, but Bradley will curl that one in towards Konate. Bounces wide of the target. I think Nunez and Konate got themselves in a bit of a tangle at the far post there. It looked as if the cross was intended for Konate. He did well to get up highest. Nunez battling with Mepham, and I think that will be another corner to Liverpool. Final touch did come off Mepham. Referee Andy Madley agrees. Another set piece for Liverpool over on the left hand side this time. Curled in. Van Dijk is there. Couldn't direct the header goalwards. Just bounces over to the right hand side, and Bradley will tussle with Tavernier. He's done well there, Bradley, to prevent Tavernier from getting away, but eventually finds Sinisterra. It's a drive in field, but he's lost possession this time. Now Nunez switches back over to the right to Bradley. Now Jota. I've seen a great deal of the Portuguese international so far. Taking up a kind of false 9 position, as it's called. Darwin Nunez, as we saw in the FA Cup win over Arsenal, is quite useful drifting out into that left-hand attacking spot with Jota busy in the centre, but they're yet to really link up as Nunez crosses that one into the box. Eventually just flashes through for a goal kick. More good defending again from Bournemouth. Just been shown a replay of that header from Van Dijk, and it was actually a splendid bit of defending from James Hill. First Premier League start of the season. He did feature on the opening weekend before heading off to Blackburn, and he got the important touch on Van Dijk's header there to stop a potential goal-scoring opportunity. Now here's Jones, just pirouettes away from Lewis Cook inside the centre circle, finds Elliott, now back with Jones, looking to burst forward down the right. Mepham with the block. Elliott again onto Jones on the overlap. Can he keep it in? Just about on the dead ball line from Curtis Jones. Now here's Harvey Elliott down the Liverpool right, infield to McAllister. Just recycled back out to Curtis Jones. Bournemouth working incredibly hard off the ball here. They know that Nunez, Elliott, Jota, they want to get balls into the box and give Mepham and Hill and Zabrani something to think about, but Christie, Cook, Sinisterra, Cliver all putting in the hard yards to make sure that's not the case so far. Well, Elliott's done well there to slide Diaz in inside the box, but Mepham gets across. Good tackle there from Mepham. Even Luis Diaz appreciated that one. Not too sure who the final touch came off there, whether that will be a corner to Liverpool. I think it bounced back up off Diaz. Yeah, that'll be a goal kick to Bournemouth. 30 minutes on the clock here on Flash Score UK. No goals. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0. It's a smattering of half chances. Probably say Liverpool having the better of it as it stands. Certainly had more possession. That's yet to be converted into a goal. 58% possession for anyone looking for the stats. And if you are looking for stats on this game, of course, you can check out everything you need to know on the Flash Score app, alongside live commentary from myself. As Elliott just strokes that one back infield to Konate. Konate will launch that downfield in the direction of Diaz. Diaz crosses all the way across to Nunez. Went for the spectacular there, Nunez, but Aarons blocked him off. Would have been an acrobatic one from Darwin Nunez if he'd managed to pull it off. Diaz was the run into the box initially, just helped that back into an area towards the back post and was limbs swinging from Nunez there, but Max Aaron was brave, got the block in and wins the free kick. That's Neto again, just looking to get Bournemouth advanced downfield. It was won in the end by Joe Gomez, tussling with Tavernier. A clear man-marking plan from Virgil van Dijk on Dominic Solanke. He has been isolated as Bournemouth's key threat, and he's by far and away their top goal scorer so far this season, 12 in the Premier League. Liverpool without their own top marksman, of course, Mohamed Salah. It's Konate does well to get across and clear that one away from Luis Sinisterra. So crucial to Liverpool, of course, Mohamed Salah. They've picked up back-to-back wins without him. Arsenal in the FA Cup, Fulham in the Carabao Cup, but Reds fans will be awaiting an update from the Egypt camp to see just how bad that potential injury is. Egypt, incidentally, just 2 points from 2 games so far at AFCON 2024. 2-2 draw with Mozambique and a 2-2 draw with Ghana. That was the match where Salah went off injured. And take on Cape Verde tomorrow. And you would imagine a win is needed to secure a place in the knockouts. Of course, they could qualify as one of the best third-place teams, but they will be doing it without Salah as it stands. As Alisson just fires that one downfield, aiming for Bradley, but he loses out to Sinisterra. Jones steps in, looks to pick up the loose ball on halfway, and Liverpool try and build something here. Jones rolls his studs over that one, but Lewis Cook didn't dive in, stayed on his feet. Now Konate feeds that one down to Bradley. He's very advanced, the Liverpool Premier League debutant. Produced an impressive defensive showing in that FA Cup win over Arsenal. Shackled Gabriel Martinelli in the closing stages as Klopp moved Alexander-Arnold into his newfound quarterback position. Lewis Elliott just steps out to help Bradley, and he'll swing that one over from right to left, aiming for Curtis Jones. Well, Aarons is immediately onto him. Liverpool have to go all the way back to Van Dijk and all the way back to Alisson. Good press in there from Bournemouth. Aarons, Tavernier and then Solanke. Well, Liverpool will come again here, and Diaz finds himself in a pocket of space. Straight at Neto. It's a similar situation to where Darwin Núñez found himself a few moments ago. Angle was a bit too straight to really test Neto. Took a little nick off Chris Mepham on the way through, and that probably helped Neto. It's a good win in midfield from Alexis McAllister on Kluivert. Liverpool forced the battle to win it back. Now Jones. There's an injury concern here. I think it's Luis Diaz who's down. There's a succession of pretty robust challenges there in midfield, and Diaz is in some pain. Liverpool are going to stop now and put the ball out of play. I think it was Van Dijk eventually who gave the shout to the referee. It was Kluivert that caught Luis Diaz in that melee. Alexis McAllister initially won the ball, but that is a sore one from Justin Kluivert. It'll be interesting to see what the referee does in this situation, because he catches Diaz late. He's not off the ground or out of control, but it's a poor challenge. Diaz looks as if he will be able to continue. The Liverpool medical staff are on. Jurgen Klopp having a quick chat with the fourth official, Graham Scott. There's no indication at the moment that this will be looked at by VAR. Paul Tierney and Scott Ledger on video duty for this one today. Andy Madley has not indicated that he's being spoken to in his ear, but we'll keep an eye on this one for a moment, and Justin Kluivert will await his fate. shown a few replays of this now, and it's a real borderline call from the referee, because he does catch Diaz over the top of the ball. I think potentially the close proximity between McAllister, Kluivert and Diaz has saved Kluivert in that instance, because it's not a lunge, it's a close impact injury, and referees confirmed that we'll get back underway. Diaz just off the pitch momentarily as he receives a bit more treatment. Liverpool physios have indicated to Klopp that he will be okay to come back on. The referee's just ushered him back into play now, so Liverpool back up to 11. Here's Jota trying to wriggle away from Mepham inside the box, tries to find Diaz with the cut cross. It was a really good defender from Max Aarons there, just tracked Nunez all the way across the Bournemouth penalty area. Right idea from Jota. You saw Nunez barrelling in behind him, and if it wasn't for the diligence of Aarons, that could have been a problem for Bournemouth. Nice play from the home side to break out down the right hand side. Solanke makes the run to try and get away from Van Dijk, but Tavernier just holds on to it and is eventually buffeted backwards by McAllister, and Liverpool will win the throw. Delayed the ball into Solanke there, and the chance was eventually wasted, but there's a chance missed at the other end for Nunez. Does everything right, tries to get across Aarons. Good bustling play from Diogo Jota as well to manage to find a cross, but it was well defended in the end by Bournemouth. Then McAllister looking to just slip one through the Bournemouth lines there to Jones, and over on the left hand side to Nunez. Nunez tries to cross it over to Bradley. Here's Bradley on the edge of the box, blocked by Hill. He could have had a big moment there for Conor Bradley, Premier League debut. He had his eyes on a first Premier League goal, but it's Bournemouth who come away now. Tavernier checks in from the right hand side, gets away from Jones, just runs out of options there as Lewis Cook takes over. Now switch to the left hand side to Kluivert. Hill. Bournemouth enjoying a bit of possession in the Liverpool half for the first time in a while, and fired towards goal by Ryan Christie. Another attempt that can go down as routine for the goalkeeper. Came through a few legs, but Alisson watched it all the way, and it's an easy take for the Brazilian. Liverpool win themselves a throw in here down the right hand side. Bradley into Harvey Elliott. It's played all the way back to Alisson, and Solanke will give chase to that one. Kanate offers his goalkeeper an option, and Jota tried to go first time into Nunez, but again just a bit too much on the pass. Neto finds Mepham. Hill does well to step in and help out Kluivert, but McAllister wins it back, but given away again. It's been the story of the first 40 minutes. Just that lack of quality and consistent possession, but there's a chance here for Bournemouth. Shot blocked from Kluivert. Van Dijk got a foot across and then denied Ryan Christie with the follow-up. As Diaz gets back on left-back cover to help out Gomez. As Nunez holds that one up, tries to find Jota, but he's not able to steer it round the corner. Will we have a big chance before the break? That's a foul from Jota on Mepham. A quick apology from the Portuguese international. Andy Madley deems that nothing more than a foul. As Jones does well to win that tussle with Tavernier. Liverpool again chased down in midfield, and Alisson is the option. Be interesting to see if Jurgen Klopp opts for a change of tact at the break. There's a very youthful look about his substitute options. Bobby Clark, Kaide Gordon, James McConnell, Owen Beck and Jarell Kwanzaa, all options. You'd imagine if he's looking for some attacking impetus, it'll be Cody Gakpo that he turns to. Dutch international arguably a little bit unlucky not to be in the starting lineup today. I imagine he will be in the team for the EFL Cup clash with Fulham. 4 goals in 4 cup games for Liverpool so far this season. But he remains on the edge of Klopp's Premier League plans, and there'll be a free kick to Bournemouth here. Gomez just clattered into Max Aarons, and Donny Iraola's not happy with that one. He's out speaking to assistant referee and the 4th official. A free kick to Bournemouth, fired long this time by Zabrani. Well, back by Jones, just in front of his own back 4, but he's giving it away. Jota trying to help out, so busy there, the Liverpool number 20, and he wins it from Christie. Liverpool will look to get forward here now, but again, poor ball. Nunez got away from Aarons, and Aarons will come forward for Bournemouth now. Solanke barged over right on the centre spot by Harvey Elliott. Both players down in pain there. Aarons hurdled the challenge from Alexis McAllister, and Solanke dropping deep to try and pick up the loose ball. Elliott dashing back to make sure he didn't. That's the former Fulham winger that comes off worst in that one. It's a fairly significant height difference between those 2 players. Both of them seem okay. A free kick to Bournemouth. 2 minutes of normal time remaining here at the Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0 on Flash Score UK. And Liverpool looking to do some defending here. That falls nicely for Kluivert on the edge of the box. Solanke will keep it alive and gets away from McAllister down the right side of the box. Conor Bradley perfectly positioned to clear. It's been long range efforts at both ends of the pitch so far. Nunez and Diaz denied by Neto, and Ryan Christie with a half chance easily gathered in by Alisson. Here's Sinistera. That's a nice burst to get away from Bradley. Fed across the box, and just ahead of Dominic Solanke. It was Solanke and Kluivert, I think, diving in on that loose ball. But Van Dijk and Konate were in position. All came for a bit of trickery here down the Bournemouth left from Luis Sinistera. Got away from Bradley, got away from Elliott, into Kluivert. It was Christie gambling alongside Solanke. It was just the presence of Van Dijk disrupted both players there. Here's Sinistera trying to create a chance before the break, but it's well won back by Bradley, and he'll look to steal a march down the right hand side. He was caught by Kluivert. I think the referee's going to pull that one back for a card. No real advantage for Liverpool as Bournemouth win back possession. McAllister goes barrelling into Kluivert, and Jota comes away. Diaz with the poor touch. A corner to Liverpool. McAllister straight in there to back up Bradley after he was caught by Kluivert. Good challenge there from the Liverpool number 10. Jota then just tried to slip Diaz in behind the Bournemouth defence on the edge of the box, but it's cleared behind. Going to be Elliott to take the corner. 2 minutes added on here on the south coast. Potentially one final opportunity for Liverpool to test Neto. Curled in by Elliott, headed behind by Konate. Never really looked like being able to angle that one back on target. He was coming through a crowd of players. I think it was Hill eventually that put his body on the line to make sure Konate couldn't keep that one down. Been a very solid 45 minutes from Hill. on his return to Bournemouth. His first Premier League start of the season. Thrown in at the deep end, and he's more than coped with everything Liverpool have thrown at him so far. As Konate just nods that Neto goal kick out of play for a throw. Bournemouth, you imagine, will be happy to just tick away the final few seconds, get in at the break. Andoni Iraola might have one or two things up his sleeve for the second half, but it's been a very competent performance from the hosts so far. The threat of Solanke remains. He's been well shackled by Van Dijk as it stands. A throw in down the left hand side aimed at Sinistera, but McAllister gets across, concedes the throw in. Furious with that decision, Alexis McAllister. Felt the final touch came off Sinistera, but Bournemouth will have a throw. 2 minutes of additional time have been played. The referee, you imagine, might just extend that for a moment or two. Thrown in and headed away by Konate. Harvey Elliott will pick that one up, and that is it for the first half here at the Vitality Stadium. No goals as it stands. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0. Premier League leaders hoping for something better in the second half, but all credit to Bournemouth. They're banging form at the moment, and they are holding title chasing Liverpool. All square at the break here on Flashscore UK. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0. We'll be back in 15 minutes with the second half. Incoming in the second 45. Harvey Elliott will be getting us back underway in just a second. Can Jurgen Klopp's side breach this Bournemouth defence and give themselves an extra incentive in the Premier League title race? Back underway as Ibrahima Konate lost one downfield for Darwin Núñez, but it's dealt with by Chris Mepham. Should also add that alongside that impressive streak of results for Bournemouth, they've also kept 3 clean sheets in their last 5 in the Premier League, and so far here they have kept Liverpool shut out. Yeah, early throw in to the Cherries, deep inside Liverpool territory down the right. Aarons looks for Christie, but combination of Joe Gomez and Alexis McAllister deal with it, but Bournemouth win it back. Christie tried the first time ball into the Liverpool box, but it's cleared away by Konate. It's a big switch over to the left hand side towards Luis Sinistero, but it's out of play eventually. Just quickly run through the starting teams. As I mentioned, no changes at the break. Bournemouth, Neto in goal, Max Aarons, Ilyas Sabrani, Chris Mepham and James Hill in defence. Lewis Cook, Ryan Christie, Marcus Tavernier, Justin Kluivert, Luis Sinistera, and the 12 Premier League goals of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. As for Liverpool, Alisson, Premier League debutant Conor Bradley, Ibrahima Konate, Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez, Harvey Elliott, Alexis McAllister and Curtis Jones, and with no Mo Salah, you have Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota and Darwin Núñez. And there's Núñez in possession for Klopp's team now on the edge of the Bournemouth box, feeds it in field to Gomez, and that's blocked behind for a corner. Famously never scored a goal, I beg your pardon, that has not gone out for a corner. Neto was quickly across and kept it in. Joe Gomez has never scored a goal for Liverpool. Feels like that stat gets wheeled out every time he tries to have an attempt at goal. He was blocked off there. Here's Jota. Feeds it to Bradley. He'll just loft that one into the box towards Curtis Jones, but it's Aarons that gets back to make the clearance. A throw into Liverpool down the visitors' left. Gomez will come across to take. Obviously Liverpool fans will be awaiting Salah's return. Injury or no injury, he's still the main man for them. 18 goals in all competitions, 14 in the Premier League. And today is the first time he's not been in a Liverpool Premier League squad since April the 4th, 2023. That was a 0-0 draw away at Chelsea. Here's Van Dijk, just steers that one into midfield to Alexis McAllister. Now Konate onto Bradley. It's nicked away from him by Lewis Cook. Bournemouth picking up where they left off from the first 45 minutes, refusing to let Liverpool settle. As Konate clears that one out of defence, it's fed on into the box to Nunez, and Liverpool have the breakthrough. Darwin Nunez, his 6th Premier League goal of the season, and his 2nd since the start of November. The Bournemouth defence caught out by the ball forward. Curtis Jones kept it alive, and it was fed on into Nunez by Diogo Jota. Best chance of the game so far, and Nunez fires Liverpool in front. 48 minutes on the clock, and the Premier League leaders have the break. A quick thinking from Konate initially. I think it was a clearance in all reality. Jones did well to bring it down, finds Jota. Jota spotted Nunez in a little bit of space just inside the Bournemouth box, and it's a very accomplished finish from the Uruguayan. He's been criticised for rashness in front of goal at times this season, but that was a composed take from the former Benfica man. All credit to Diogo Jota as well. He opened his body up to steer that one into Nunez's path. And that could be a huge goal at the start of 2024 in relation to the Premier League title race. Victory for Liverpool here today will put them 5 points above Manchester City, but there's a long way to go. And here come Bournemouth. That's fallen for Kluivert on the edge of the box, deflected, and it's a corner to Bournemouth. Joe Gomez got across. Important piece of defending from the auxiliary Liverpool left back. I think it actually got a double touch, Gomez and Van Dijk, in the end. Van Dijk's one was the telling one to force the corner. Good response this from Bournemouth. Liverpool now forced to defend, headed away and helped out of the box by Harvey Elliott, but Lewis Cook will control an awkward ball, and Bournemouth come again. Here's Tavernier down the right hand side, looking to isolate Joe Gomez. He'll step inside the box. Good tackle from Curtis Jones. He got across there, got in front of Tavernier, dealt with the situation well. Gomez will just sweep that one across to Harvey Elliott. Now Bradley. Pops that one in field to Alexis McAllister. It's a poor touch, but he helps it on to Gomez. Now Jota dropping deep and looking to race away from Tavernier. Jota into the box. He goes down under the challenge from Max Aarons. Referee waves away the initial claims. I think it was just outside the 18-yard box. Liverpool still in possession here with Nunez. Now Diaz, dead centre. Changes passes with Jota, back to Diaz. Gomez works that one down the Liverpool left to Curtis Jones. He'll step inside Ryan Christie. Nice touch there from Jones. He's shackled again by Christie. Gomez. When Van Dijk steps in to lend a hand to his midfielders, Gomez just takes the sting out of that one and sends it all the way back to Alisson. Liverpool popping the ball around with real confidence now. Alexis McAllister with the switch to Darwin Nunez down the left-hand side of the box. The Liverpool goal scorer trying to trick his way past Max Aarons. Dinks the cross into the far post, and it's headed wide, just past the upright from Conor Bradley. What a moment that would have been for the Northern Ireland international. He just kept running, continued his burst into the box, and waited and waited at the far post. Wasn't picked up by a Bournemouth defender. We've just been shown a replay of that Zabrani challenge on Diogo Jota, and he does catch him, the Ukrainian, and it is right on the white of the 18-yard box, which would have been a penalty, but it's a corner for now. Elliott cleared onto the edge of the box to Bradley. Good save by Neto. 2 chances in the space of 60 seconds for Bradley. He's denied there by Neto down at his left-hand post. Really important stop from the veteran Brazilian. Liverpool come again in waves. Here's Elliott looking to curl that one in from the left-hand side. Headed away only as far as Alexis McAllister. Now back with Bradley. It's knocked out for a free kick by Luis Sinisterra. Good hit that from Conor Bradley, just inside the box as the corner bounced his way, kept it down. Neto would have seen it late. Bradley comes again down the Liverpool right, looking for Elliott inside the box, helped on. It's all hands on deck for Bournemouth here now as Jota comes in. The home team scrambling in the last few moments to keep Liverpool at bay. Crucial period of the game this. If Liverpool can turn this bombardment into a second goal, you'd imagine that will be victory in the bag. Bournemouth, on the other hand, looking to weather the storm and keep themselves in the contest. 55 minutes on the clock here on Flash Score UK. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 1. Darwin Núñez's 6th Premier League goal, his 9th in all competitions, and his first in the league since the 1st of November. And we are going to see some changes from Bournemouth as we look to gauge what their reaction will be. And Andoni Iraola just speaking to his players as we've got a little break in play here. James Hill is the first player to be withdrawn. Just waiting to see on the confirmation over who will be replacing him. I think it's Lloyd Kelly. That should be a like-for-like swap in defence, as Luis Sinisterra comes off and Alex Scott is on. 2 changes from Iraola for the final 35 minutes. We'll just keep an eye on potential formation tweak by the home team. Kelly, of course, versatile, can play at full-back or central defence, so does look as if he will go straight in to replace Hill. Alex Scott, plenty of energy, creativity in midfield. Can he make something happen for Bournemouth? Here's Gomez popping up in central midfield, another new position for Joe Gomez today. Switched out to the Liverpool left for Curtis Jones. Gomez again. He's forced backwards to Ibrahima Kanate. Has played long downfield, aimed at Jota, but Mepham got there first. Nice dummy from Elliott to keep it alive on the right hand side, and Bradley will hang that one in towards Luis Diaz. Good defender from Aarons against Diaz there to stop him getting a jump. No movement on the Liverpool bench at this stage. As I mentioned, they are hit by injuries and international absentees, so there's a number of youngsters as potential options for Klopp, alongside Ryan Gravenberch and Cody Gakpo. Jarrell Kwanzaa, of course, has seen a fair bit of action in recent weeks as cover for Matip and Konate. Conor Bradley wanted a foul there, but referee waves play on as Curtis Jones takes over and carries that one into the Bournemouth half. Now Jota clipped on inside the box. There was a claim for handball there. Pretty half-hearted from Liverpool as Bournemouth look to skip away down the other end, but that won't reach Justin Kluivert, and it'll be a throw into Liverpool way back in their right back area. Andoni Iraola is in the ear of fourth official Graham Scott. I think he felt that was a penalty, or it was at least worth a check. A handball claim. His players didn't seem too firm in their protests. That'll be a free kick to Liverpool, right on the halfway line on the right-hand side. Mepham just catches Diogo Jota. Bradley gets us back underway. Konate. Alisson. Back to Bradley. It'll be interesting to see the changes that Jurgen Klopp makes for that Carabao Cup semi-final trip to Fulham in midweek. Even Kelleher, you'd imagine, will once again step in for Alisson in goal, and there's going to be a caution here for a Bournemouth player. Another foul just inside the home side's half. It was Lewis Cook who's caught the attention of the referee, Andy Madley. And it is a caution for the former Leeds United man. It was a hefty challenge on Conor Bradley, who got away from him initially, and Cook did seem to catch him as he went to ground. No lasting damage to the teenage defender. As Bournemouth win back possession from the free kick, and Mepham was forced backwards by Jota. Their free kick. Jota protesting his innocence and claimed that was a fair challenge. Mepham possibly got away with one there because he looked uncomfortable as he tried to deal with the situation. Diaz just offloads that one to Joe Gomez on the overlap. Now back with Diaz centrally. It's a nice ball fed into the run of Curtis Jones, but Sobrani is there for Bournemouth. Tavernier leads the counter-attack. Here's Christie. Konate dashed out there to try and win the ball, and he's been exposed as Solanke links up with Kluivert. Kluivert squares that one back across to the Bournemouth right with Tavernier up against Nunez. Nunez holds him up. Aarons in support. Feeds that one back into Tavernier, but he's blocked by McAllister. That just trickles through into the gloves of the Liverpool goalkeeper, Alisson Becker. Good defensive work there from Nunez as well. Helping out McAllister and Gomez. Does a very important job in that kind of hybrid left-hand side attacking role. He's got the goal that has Liverpool in front, but he's not afraid of putting a shift in, Darwin Nunez. Gomez just puts his studs on the ball for a moment to try and calm Liverpool down. Comes in field to Konate. Now McAllister on the half turn. To Van Dijk. Gomez. Have Bournemouth managed to quell that Liverpool momentum? A really good challenge there over on the far side from Kelly on Conor Bradley. Bournemouth win back possession, but Harvey Elliott steams in and concedes a throw. Been very happy with his Premier League debut so far, Conor Bradley. Defensively he's looked good, dealing with the threat of Sinisterra and Kluivert down the Bournemouth left, and has had a couple of sights at goal as well. As Solanke tries to barge his way past Ibrahima Konate. I think he's won himself a corner. The former Liverpool striker. He's in the best run of form of his Premier League career so far this season, the 26-year-old. 12 Premier League goals to his name. Only managed one during his 2 seasons at Anfield. But he is the main man for Bournemouth. Corner taken, headed down, fired back in towards goal by Marcus Tavernier. Kluivert got a touch on it in there as well. Liverpool clear, Bournemouth come again. Here's Aarons, bursting in from right back, but he runs straight into Curtis Jones. Now, can Liverpool break? Nunez tried to just cushion that back up to Jota, and Jota will go direct down the right to Harvey Elliott. Brilliant ball from Diogo Jota. Harvey Elliott just couldn't control the cross into the box. Just rushed that one, Harvey Elliott. A fantastic first-time ball from Diogo Jota over the shoulder to get Elliott away down the Liverpool right. And I think we will have a couple of changes incoming from Jurgen Klopp in a moment or two. And it's going to be, as expected, the Dutch duo, Cody Gakpo and Ryan Gravenberch. Referee just calling a halt to proceedings for a moment to let these changes be made. It'll be Harvey Elliott replaced by Gravenberch. He'll go straight into the midfield, and Cody Gakpo on for Luis Diaz. Two changes down the Liverpool right. So throwing to Bournemouth. A little over 25 minutes of normal time still to go here at the Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 1. Darwin Núñez with the all-important goal for Jurgen Klopp. His first Premier League goal since November. Ensuring that the Mo Salah-sized hole in the Liverpool attack is not being too deeply felt so far. Here's Kelly for Bournemouth. Tries the long ball down that left channel for Solanke. Alisson came. And he kind of misjudged that one ever so slightly. Solanke had already made the run, so he couldn't change directions. Goal kick to Liverpool. Sigh of relief there for the Liverpool keeper. He dashed out to meet the ball, and it was the wrong decision. If Solanke had altered his run, that could have been a problem for him. There's a first touch for Gakpo. Tries to help that one on towards Núñez, but it's dealt with by Aarons. But Núñez will get back in and win it off him. Immediately goes for the quick ball downfield for Jota, but Kelly's there first. Kluivert forced backwards and wins a throw in from Gravenberch. Andoni Iraola deep in conversation with his Bournemouth coaching staff. Imagine he won't make a change just yet. There's still plenty of time to get themselves back into this game, and there's only a 1-goal lead for Liverpool. And that pressure that Liverpool exerted after the goal didn't really yield anything in terms of chances, but Núñez trying to burst in behind again, but it's some smart defending by Ilyas Sabrani, blocks him off. Now Christie looks to steer that one down the Bournemouth left for Scott, and he's caught by Bradley in the face. It's a booking for Conor Bradley on his Premier League debut. A nice first touch from Alex Scott, took it on his chest and looked to step away from Bradley. Caught him in the face with a loose arm. Certainly been a busy Premier League bow for the Northern Ireland fullback. And Jurgen Klopp is just being spoken to here by the referee Andy Madley. He was unhappy with that decision against Bradley. And he's having a few words with a few members of the Bournemouth coaching team. Here's Mepham. Ibrahani. It's played downfield. Helped on by Scott, but Bradley gets back, gets a foot in. Christie will get there before Jones. Switched over to the Bournemouth right now to Tavernier. Back in field to Christie. He's caught by Núñez. Referee plays advances. Nice ball from Christie, but Aaron just didn't quite read it. Van Dijk got there first on the edge of the Liverpool box. Jones tries to go front to back quickly there, or back to front I should say. It's Kelly who's well positioned to get Bournemouth back in possession. Now Scott, Christie again. Chris Mepham and Zabarani, just playing a little bit of keep ball for Bournemouth at the back. As Liverpool step back in terms of their press, and Kelly will try and get forward down the left-hand side, but good feet from Gravenberch to get across there, and McAllister wins the second challenge. Bournemouth immediately back, swarming in on McAllister, and he's helped out by Kanate deep inside Liverpool territory. Gravenberch is fouled there, and that'll be a little bit of respite for the visitors. Justin Kluivert with the foul on his Dutch international teammate. And Iraola is going to roll the dice again for the final 20 minutes. There's going to be another change. It's Kluivert who's withdrawn. David Brooks on for the Cherries. Kanate to take this free kick for Liverpool. This was to clip it downfield towards Jota. He helps it onto Nunez. Nunez battling his way past Chris Mepham down the Bournemouth right. Backed up by Gravenberch on the edge of the Bournemouth box, but he's immediately surrounded by Bournemouth players. McAllister offers an outball. Nice turn there from Gravenberch to find an angle, but his shot hits Jota. No danger in the end for Neto in the Bournemouth goal. Christie almost lost out to Curtis Jones there as Bournemouth tried to get started quickly. The long ball into the channel for Solanke to give chase up against Van Dijk. Been a fairly incident-free battle between those two players so far this afternoon. Van Dijk happy to take on the challenge of Markin Solanke. And Solanke yet to really threaten as Nunez hurdles over a couple of challenges there, and that gets fed on to Jota inside the box, and it is 2-0 to Liverpool. Fantastic counter-attacking from the visitors. Well held up by Nunez as he managed to dodge past a couple of tackles. Jota makes the burst into the right-hand side of the box, and it is his 6th Premier League goal of the season, level with Darwin Nunez. And just like Nunez, it is a first league goal for Jota since November. 2 goals, and you would imagine at this stage of the game 3 points. It was just an up and under from Jota initially to get Nunez to try and in behind Zabrani. It was helped on its way by Gakpo, and Jota, deadly in those sorts of positions, just lets the ball roll across his body on the right hand side of the box, beats Neto at his near post, just clipped the upright on the way into the bottom corner. And Liverpool's title challenge has been given a big boost here on the South Coast. 2-0 to Jurgen Klopp's side. 10th goal in all competitions for Jota this season. Obviously the man who's not here, Mo Salah, is still very much on the minds and the lips of Liverpool fans. But if Jota, Nunez, Diaz, Gakpo and others can keep the momentum rolling until the Egyptian king gets back, Liverpool will be in a very strong position. Frustrating this for Bournemouth, as their form at the end of 2023 was so positive. 4 wins from the last 5 Premier League games, but that looks to be stretching on to 4 in 6 here as Liverpool come again. It's Gakpo on the edge of the box, feeds it in for the run of Bradley on the overlap. Bradley just couldn't get enough on the cross to find Nunez. Caught by Neto. Bournemouth will keep pushing. A burst forward from Zabrani. Now Aarons down the Bournemouth right. First touch for David Brooks, who tries to feed that one into the box to Solanke. The first effort on goal, I think, there from Dominic Solanke. Got there before Kanate. Just wasn't able to get enough purchase on it, and Alisson will drop down and just take a moment. The first time Solanke's really got away from Van Dijk there this afternoon. Curtis Jones there just dropping back into defence to give an extra option for Van Dijk. It's a stinging challenge there from Chris Mepham on Diogo Jota. Jota wanted a foul, referee says play on. Bournemouth will come on into the box here. Scott blocked off by Jones. Another chance here for Bournemouth, but McAllister gets back to tackle Tavernier. Another really important challenge in the midst of all that from Curtis Jones. It's been a very disciplined performance from the Liverpool midfielder. He's kept the ball well, kept things ticking over in the engine room, and when he's needed to get back and make challenges, he's done just that. That's a foul by Bradley on Alex Scott over on the Bournemouth left, though. Opportunity for the Cherries to get a delivery into the box here. Can Solanke produce something from here? Seen a little spark of life from him in the last few moments. Cross delivered in from the left-hand side, headed away by Konate, and then helped downfield by Curtis Jones. But it's Max Aarons who goes to switch that one back over to Marcus Tavernier, out of play. You throw in the Liverpool right-back spot. Good header that from Konate to deal with the whip delivery from Lewis Cook. Pretty solid afternoon shift from himself and Virgil van Dijk so far. Got a long range efforts, and then that half chance for Solanke just a moment ago. Aarons is free in the box here. Aarons has an opportunity if he's squared across. What an intervention from Ibrahima Konate. Dominic Solanke had his finger on the trigger to blast that one goalwards. And Konate, right place, right time, gets a foot in. And he gets a big high five from his centre-back partner, Virgil van Dijk. Good run this from Max Aarons. First touch takes him away from the retreating Cody Gakpo. Sets Solanke with the cutback. Well, Ibrahima Konate had other ideas. Textbook challenge that from the Liverpool number 5. Knew exactly what Solanke was planning. Liverpool will come again here. Jota tries to wriggle past Lloyd Kelly, and the final touch comes off Kelly. That will go through for a corner to Liverpool. Wonder if Klopp will give Conor Bradley the full 90 minutes, considering he's very likely to start against Fulham in midweek. So wait for this set piece to be taken from the Liverpool right. It'll be Harvey Elliott. It comes all the way through to... Sorry, beg your pardon, that wasn't Harvey Elliott. He's obviously been substituted off, my mistake. It's Alexis McAllister, and Curtis Jones just skies that one from about 15 yards out. Fell nicely for him, but it was almost impossible to keep that one down. Bournemouth look to burst forward again here. Good turnover in midfield there for Ryan Christie. It's a loose touch from Aarons, allows Gakpo to get in and win it back, but Christie will dive in. That's a good challenge on Curtis Jones. Keeps Bournemouth moving in the right direction. Brooks switches it over to the Bournemouth left. Whipped in towards Solanke at the near post to be corner. Van Dijk this time getting across to deny Solanke. Old school defending there from the Liverpool captain, just skied that one into the stands. And Bournemouth will have a corner. That's headed away by Van Dijk on as far as Christie on the edge of the box, and Bournemouth will come again here. And the offside flag is up. I think it was against Lewis Cook as he came back from taking the corner. Just wasn't quick enough getting back on side. It looks as though Bournemouth are potentially preparing Kiefer Moore, the Wales international, to come on and add a bit more firepower and physicality to their front line in the final 10 minutes or so. But for now it is Liverpool who have the clear advantage. Darwin Núñez and Diogo Jota, timely Premier League goals for both of them, as Liverpool look to ease away from Manchester City in the Premier League title race this weekend. Ball forward, cut out by the Bournemouth defence and immediately swept downfield towards Solanke, but he loses out and Christie can't pick up the second ball. Nice touch there from Gravenberch to free Gakpo, who'll drive it through the lines to Darwin Núñez. Now Núñez on into the Bournemouth box, tries to get the run on Aarons, crossed in, it's too far in front of any Liverpool players, and Bradley will bring that back into the box. Jota with a swing and a miss, and Jota with a swing and a goal. 3-0 to Liverpool, and a brilliant bulleted finish from Diogo Jota. He made a mess of the first opportunity, it bounced back up for him inside the box, and he has buried it past Neto. 3 goals and 3 points incoming for Liverpool. A brace for Diogo Jota. 11 goals in all competitions for Liverpool's number 20 this season. The initial pass back to him was from Conor Bradley. Now I don't know if that will go down as an assist for Bradley, because the first attempt was missed. But the Premier League debutant played a big role in that. Núñez's initial ball was a poor one, but Bradley kept it alive. Back to Jota, swings at it. Air shot, really. Lloyd Kelly turned his back on Jota. About 10 yards from goal on the right-hand side of the box. Almost an identical spot from where he scored his first goal. And it is 2 for Jota, and it is 3 for Liverpool. We're now into the final 10 minutes of the game. You imagine Klopp might look to protect one or two of these players in the final few minutes. Diogo Jota just telling Conor Bradley that he meant that one. The air shot was all part of the bigger plan for Jota, as he wanted a more spectacular finish. I'll leave you to your own interpretation of that. Liverpool fans unlikely to care, as it means 3 points will be heading back up to Merseyside this evening. The referee has just blown his whistle. Curtis Jones has sat down in the centre circle complaining of an injury. Now this is a worry for Liverpool. Scouse midfielders become an increasingly important player for Klopp in recent weeks. 2 goals in his 3 appearances since the start of 2024, and this is his 4th successive start in all competitions. Not something Jurgen Klopp wants to see, another injury. But we are going to see a couple of changes here. Owen Beck and Bobby Clark just going through a few stretches on the sidelines. Now it will be Jones who's being withdrawn. It will be a Premier League debut for 21-year-old Owen Beck. Bobby Clark, likewise, hasn't featured in the Premier League this season. With Conor Bradley, who's withdrawn, gets a double high five from Jurgen Klopp as he departs. And more changes incoming for Bournemouth. Imagine these were probably planned before Jota's second goal. Kiefer Moore replacing Dominic Solanke. Not been the afternoon that Solanke would have been anticipating based on his recent form. But all credit to Konate and Van Dijk, they've kept him very, very quiet. Philip Billing is also on for Bournemouth in the home side's midfield. We'll get a double check on those Bournemouth changes in just a moment. There's Bobby Clark and Owen Beck on for Liverpool. Connor Bradley and Curtis Jones making way. But the result appears to be almost inevitable now. 6 minutes of normal time remaining. Here's Aarons looking to get away from Beck down that left-hand side. Incidentally, Joe Gomez has switched over into Bradley's right-back spot. Beck at left-back and young Bobby Clark into the midfield. So it was a double change there from Bournemouth. Philip Billing, Kiefer Moore on. Solanke and Cook replaced. Just looking ahead to those incoming fixtures for both teams. It's a busy January for Liverpool across all competitions. That advantage over City obviously massively important for Klopp, but it's midweek trip to Fulham in the Carabao Cup semi-final. Then Norwich City at home on January 28th in the FA Cup 4th round. And a big game to wrap up the month at home to Mauricio Pochettino's Chelsea. As for Bournemouth, Antonio Iraola won't be too downhearted by the manner of his performance, of his players. They've kept themselves in the game for the majority of the contest. It's just been a couple of moments of quality, particularly from Diogo Jota, that's taken it away from them. They host Swansea this weekend in the FA Cup, then away at West Ham at the start of February. The throw-in for Liverpool just tossed downfield towards Nunez. He helps it on to Gakpo. Now Jota, Liverpool number 20, knows he has got a chance of a hat-trick here, and Max Aarons has gone down with a hamstring issue. He just sprinted out in front of Jota to get away from him and clear the danger inside the box. Immediately pulled up. I think this will be the end of his afternoon. Bournemouth have made all 5 of their substitutions, so if he's unable to continue, they'll be completing the match with 10 men. That'll be another blow for Iraola. Missing a number of players through injury, particularly in defence. Aarons coming into the team today as replacement for Adam Smith, who himself is not expected to be back for another couple of weeks. Marcos Sensini's banned today. He will return for the incoming games, but Milos Kerkez, Smith, Ryan Fredericks, all absent. Dango Utara and Antoine Semenyo away on AFCON duty as well. I think the Bournemouth physios will give Aarons just a minute to see if he's able to recover, and you'd imagine the sensible decision would be to end the game with 10 players and not risk him, but that depends on how serious the injury is, as Bournemouth win themselves a corner down the right-hand side. Owen Beck getting back there to make the challenge on Marcus Tavernier. 2 minutes of normal time remaining here at the Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 3. Goal for Darwin Nunez and a double for Diogo Jota. All coming in the second half for Liverpool. The corner's delivered into the box, is headed away. Again, I think that was Konate at the near post. Bobby Clark will try and raid down the left-hand side. Gets away from Alex Scott and checks in field. Good play from the youngster there. He just kept possession. Now McAllister. Liverpool happy to just maintain possession for the final few minutes. No need to rush, no need to overstretch themselves. Gomez just tries to loft that one down the right hand side in the direction of Darwin Núñez, but the two Liverpool players not on the same wavelength there, I don't think. Bournemouth attempts to play through the press only lead to a Liverpool throw. That is the end of Max Aaron's game. Applauding the Bournemouth fans as he makes his way around the perimeter of the pitch. Positive news, you'd imagine, is that he is walking as he heads down the tunnel. But a concern nonetheless for Andoni Iraola. There's Canate, just to feed that one into Gravenberch in midfield, but he's hounded out of it eventually, and it's a throw into Bournemouth right on halfway. Good work there from Alex Scott to pressure Gravenberch into a mistake. Thrown long towards Kiefer Moore, but he's beaten to it by Canate. Canate in defence has been super important, but that's fed through here. There's a chance for David Brooks, and he's steered it wide of Alisson's post. What an opportunity for the Bournemouth substitute. The Liverpool defence found themselves completely out of sync there, and Brooks darted in behind Owen Beck. Alisson came a long way to try and put him under pressure. He never looked confident. His angles were off, and he just awkwardly chips that one wide of Alisson's post. An opportunity for a consolation goal for Bournemouth there. David Brooks will be left thinking tonight, how did he miss that? Perfect opportunity, he had the whole goal to aim at. Alisson was quick to come out and squeeze him, but it is a missed opportunity. 8 minutes added on here, as per the fourth official, Graham Scott. Andoni Iraola is unhappy with something. He's speaking to Scott here. That Bournemouth delivery from out wide is cleared, but Christie will to keep it alive. Crossed into the box and headed away by Van Dijk. Headed over by Brooks. By Scott. Rather headed up. The ball played by Van Dijk. As Alisson, who gets things back underway with it. Short goal kick into Canate. He plays it into McAllister, and McAllister's gone down now. A late challenge on the Liverpool number 10. He's helped to his feet by Ryan Christie. The two Liverpool number 10s coming on a collision course there. Now it's Jurgen Klopp's time to speak to Graham Scott. It's an awkward one for Alisson there as he's forced to switch it across to the left for Van Dijk, but Van Dijk does well. Now Beck looking to burst forward from left back and see if he can have an impact in the final seconds. He's tracked well there by Alex Scott, but Ryan Gravenberch pops up to help him out. Now Gakpo feeds that one back infield to McAllister. Gomez. It's a nice cross in from right back, aimed at Núñez, and it's a goal! An unorthodox finish straight out of the Darwin Núñez book, but it is 4-0 to Liverpool. The look of surprise on Núñez's face tells you that maybe he didn't think that finish was going to come off. Just searching cross from the right hand side from Joe Gomez, and Núñez got away from two Bournemouth defenders inside the box, and he's managed to steer it back across goal and into the far corner. We'll just be shown a replay of it here. He is onside. Really good ball that from Joe Gomez. and he just sticks out a foot and steers it back across Neto's goal. Very clever finish, an improvised one certainly from the Liverpool striker, bringing himself up to 10 for the season in all competitions. And the scoreline now reflects a dominant second half performance from Liverpool. Very, very smart finish from Darwin Núñez. 2 for Núñez and 2 for Jota. That is the end of the game for Jota. There'll be no hat-trick for him. Kyder Gordon is on for the final few seconds. Got 4 minutes of the added time to play. And Konate goes down in a heap over on the far side. He was caught by Kiefer Moore. Now this is a concern. Curtis Jones was taken off as a precaution by Jurgen Klopp, and Alexis McAllister didn't have any lasting damage from robust tackle from Ryan Christie just a moment ago, but Konate's gone down under the challenge from Kiefer Moore. It doesn't look too much of a serious foul from the Welsh international, but Konate is in pain. Got himself back up onto his feet, but he's feeling the effects of that one. Just gives Van Dijk the thumbs up. Just walking gingerly there to get back in line. Free kick paid long up towards Núñez. It's a good header from Núñez to knock that down to Clark. Clark goes over and there are challenges inside the box. Referee says no penalty. And switched all the way downfield to Kiefer Moore. Alisson had come all the way out of his goal. Moore took it first time, tried to go low, bend it around Alisson. Flashes just wide of the post. Clark hurdled over the challenge of Chris Mepham there. The referee said no, it was clumsy from Mepham, but perhaps not enough contact for a penalty. Given the current state of affairs, I don't think Liverpool will be claiming for that one with too much force. Here's Alisson into Konate. Fed forward to Gomez. Another solid performance from the Liverpool number 2. Played most of the game at left back and switched over to his more natural habitat on the other side after Bradley was withdrawn. Again, just makes that loss of Robertson and Tsimikas slightly easier. Both players are due back in the coming weeks. Trent Alexander-Arnold's also close. That'll be a free kick to Bournemouth. Núñez chasing back, just bundled into the back of Kiefer Moore. And it's a booking for Núñez. Can certainly foul that one under a striker's challenge. He was racing to get back and win the ball. He does get a little touch on it. And that is his 5th Premier League caution of the season. So that will mean a 1-game Premier League ban. He will miss that game against Chelsea on January 31st. Here come Bournemouth again, down the right-hand side. Brooks feeds it into Moore. Does well to keep that under control, and same couldn't be said of Alex Scott. Very quick turnaround for Liverpool, of course, going into that Fulham game. Just 2 days of training for the Wednesday night lights of Craven Cottage. There's Alisson with the goal kick, but it's turned over quickly by Bournemouth. Well, won back there by Beck. Now Clark. Two substitutes looking to link up down the Liverpool left into the final seconds of the 8 additional minutes. Clark tries to race on in behind Alex Scott, and he forces Scott into a decision there, and it's eventually cleared away by Billing. Beck will keep it alive, but that is it. There is the full-time whistle here at the Vitality Stadium. 2 goals for Diogo Jota and 2 for Darwin Núñez. 4-0 winners. Liverpool here on the South Coast. A super impressive showing after the restart. And it is Liverpool that take all 3 points back to Merseyside and extend their lead at the top of the Premier League table. Full time here on Flash Score UK. It is Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 4.